Hi, this is my second video on suspensions. What I thought we'd do here is take a chorale phrase that I've already set. It's not a real chorale phrase, I just made it up, but uh, and insert some suspensions into it and activate this rather dull sounding example. If I play this for you, you can hear what what it sounds like. Okay, all just using 1, 4, and 5. Not terribly exciting, but we can make it a little more interesting by putting in suspensions and other non-chord tones. So, couple places I could start. Going 1 to 5, 6 is often a good place to put in the infamous 2, 3 suspension. So what I need to do here is go ahead and I'm going to dot this first note. And I'm dotting it to show you that sometimes the dot itself represents the suspension. You need to watch out for this because they're not always seen as ties. So this dot here carries over into the next beat, and we get this 2 that then resolves down to 3. So we have our preparation, the suspension you might consider to be the dot, and then the resolution. Okay, so we have that, and then we can also go here. I would be cautious about putting in double suspensions at this stage. It's possible, but it can really start to blur your harmony if you do that. So we're going to go here to this note, and I'm going to dot this note here. And my score writer has already corrected this for me. In the previous video, you may have seen me changing note values first. Hey, turns out I don't need to do that in this case. So here we have a 4. The E up to the A is a 4th, resolving to 3. And then we can make this even more interesting by doing the same thing here. And we get another G up to C is 4, resolves to 3. So we have our preparation, suspension, resolution. So we've got some nice suspensions here. We could even put a suspension here at the end if we so choose. Okay. And we've, just by putting in these suspensions, we've activated this. Okay. I'm not too crazy about this end here, so I'm going to take that out. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put in here another suspension because I think this one will work better. Let's listen to that. Yeah, I like that a lot better. So just by adding some suspensions, we've activated this quite a bit. Now, any place you have a step down, and in some cases where you have a step up, you could have a suspension. A suspension that resolves up by step is often called a retardation. The most common is probably the 7/8 at the very end. I did not do that here because the G and the F sharp being a second apart, it would have really sounded very clashy. If we had had the one of these G's was a different note, like a D, that might have worked fine there, but that won't work in this one. We have a space here. We could put in a passing tone here. So I can go in here and put in, whoops, I can go ahead and put in a B there. And then between these two D's, well, why don't we put in a, first of all, let's change this to an eighth note. And then go in here, and we're going to put in here a C. Make this a little more active, a little more interesting. So I'll put in 5 here. And instead of going down this time, I think we will go up. And here's what this example will sound like. Whoop. Okay, so non-chord tones are a great way to make your music sound, your very simple music sound, a lot more interesting. Just be cautious, you can make it sound too interesting. But okay, so that's it for this video. See you next time.